All right, welcome back, everybody. It is time for the top cut here in the PQ in Houston. We are going to be bringing you the 3 seed and the 6 seed. This is going to be a matchup of Sabine, traditional Sabine ECL.
We haven't seen either one of these.
We haven't seen either one of these decks today, and of course, new Pilot Vader in yellow, a very, very popular deck. Made a big splash in Minnesota. A lot of the Bothan Network guys brought this deck. It's really solid, and Jackson's having a lot of success with it today. Do you want to look at deck lists first, or they're looking at deck lists? Why don't we look at deck lists?
Let's look
at deck lists.
Let's see if there's anything different about.
Okay, so let's have a look at this is going to be your Vader deck list here. I'm trying to see here.
AT Haulers.
A lot of cheap stuff.
The E-Wing is a little different.
The E-Wing has been that's a really impactful play for decks that try to fight you off in space, because you can just ambush and be like, nah, I don't feel like letting you fight me, right? I'm going to get rid of your stuff. The AT Haulers are a choice and a risk in my mind. We saw some of this in Minnesota a few weekends ago. Mm-hmm. The AT Hauler can be a very value card, but it can also, against a deck that's maybe set up to combat you a little bit, can bite you in the butt sometimes.
All right.
Surprised to see the Phantoms in the sideboard, personally.
I wonder what he brings him. I guess he's decided he doesn't. I guess they put you so far behind, and when you're fighting other people in space,
could be
that it's worth bringing them out of the sideboard just in case playing somebody who's not in space.
Could be. All right. Let's have a look at Gabe's Sabine list. Gabriel. I'm not sure we're going to see much in here that's going to be surprising. Let's see if he's got anything in here that kind of leaps out. The General's Blades are a little neat to go with the Darksaber. I haven't seen anybody really mess with that since I was working, casting Frank Myers' PQ games earlier this year at the PQ in Mobile. Only one Chewie is a little surprised, but it is in here. He's got one more in the sideboard.
It's pretty stock though.
Chams, yeah.
All the updates from Delta Light Speed, but otherwise
this seems pretty solid. Nothing shocking. Only 2 Timelies. I think I probably would have gone 3. I love Timely Intervention. Such a good card.
Yeah. There's no A-Wing in here.
There is. Yeah, they are right here. Oh, there's no Green Squadron A-Wing in here.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. There is no Green Squadron A-Wing. Yeah, that's true. All right, well, let's go ahead and meet the players at our little drama here, ladies and gentlemen. On the left-hand side of your screen, that is Jackson, hailing from Corpus Christi. We were lamenting earlier the lack of player base down there. I lived not terribly far from Corpus for a spell back in the Destiny days, and it was not easy to find games of Destiny, and he basically is telling me that it's not changed much. It's not improved. On the right-hand side, of course, that would be Gabe, a little closer to town. He's from the southwest side of town, Richmond. You're actually on the road down to Corpus. Mm-hmm. You drive right past where Gabriel is at. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna go and start the timer, guys, but this is not the official timer, so just pretend that don't worry about it.
Rule of thumb.
Good I'm enough. Actually gonna make one more change here. I like using this background. I like using Rival's Fall during big matchups like this. This is fun. There we go. Okay, let's come back over here. And we are good to go. These boys are getting all resourced and ready to go here in the top 8.
Speed.
Indeed.
Everybody's trying to go fast here. We've got a 5 health imbalance.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like.
Side.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I've got to do. You know what I haven't done yet? I haven't done leader matchup setup. That is on me. I keep forgetting to do that. I keep getting distracted with other things. What's his base there? Chopper. That looks like Chopper.
Chopper and ECL.
And then Sabine ECL, of course. Regular, plain old Sabine, and good old-fashioned ECL.
That's a man who knows you always shuffle.
Yep. Okay, now we're all caught up.
Deck.
There we go. That'll fix the base health problems. And just as a quick refresh, there is your matchup. Fist bump, and on we go here into the top 8. Gabe taking the mulligan here. And it looks as if Jackson is on the button. So we'll make sure we got initiatives in the right place.
And he plays the other A-Wing, it looks like. What is this little black bead in the middle? Is that what they're using?
So Jackson was actually telling me about this. He has a little tiny, TIE fighter helmet.
Is that what that is?
Yes, and he uses that. It looks like, sorry, Gabe's on the button. He uses that to track when Vader can be triggered, to make sure he doesn't forget.
Okay.
And I was telling him that I do something very similar with just a reminder token when I play Phasma. I'll put a token on the leader to remind myself, hey, you've met the conditions for triggering this if you want to use it.
Okay.
So that's what he uses it for.
Well, now I'm curious about this TIE Fighter helmet. Is it like 3D printed? Is it something?
No,
you
I
got
think
out of a
it looks
cereal
like it's
box,
something
or?
that came off of like an action figure, like somebody popped the head off of it. I don't know.
All right.
We could ask him. Jackson doing what you would expect to see him coming in with. He's got a lot of 1-drops in this deck, trying to get double fighters out and get the TIE Fighter engine working for Vader early here. Gabe opening with a very standard Sabine play. Going to start smashing face here in a moment. There you go.
This is pretty straightforward.
I mean, if you've been playing the game for the last year, you have seen this kind of opening out of Sabine. And just like that, the 5 health deficit is erased.
We'll go 1.
Is the Mining Guild TIE Fighter the one that you can draw from?
Correct. Mining Guild TIE, when you attack with it, you can pay 2 to draw a card.
That's an interesting card choice. It
Sabine
seems
ping?
like it's going to be a thing that's going to trigger often because you're playing so many small things. It's easy to keep dropping threats and still draw cards. I like that.
We did use Vader there to make a tie token. I like that card. I used to play it in P38. I used to play that card in one of my old Boba decks back when Boba was legal, right? And I would frequently stand up resources with Boba and then use those resources with the TIE Fighter to draw a card, kind of refill my hand.
I didn't attack.
You did not attack.
Okay, I'll do 1 more.
All right, 1 more there out of the Mining Guild tie. Already the little Space Winnie Armada growing for Jackson. His deck doing exactly, both of these decks doing exactly what they want to do. I'll be curious to see how much interaction there ends up being. We saw a little bit of this matchup in Minneapolis, and it sometimes it can be interesting. Gabriel, for example, we know he's packing the Sabine's ties. Those can be really impactful in trying to slow down the shenanigans that go on in this Vader deck. But once Vader turns the corner and flips out, if Sabine is not like ready with the kill, it can be tough. Vader piles it on quick.
All right. Let's go ahead and 3 to base.
Both of them look like they really know what they want out of their decks. They're not a lot of dithering over
Nope.
what they're resourcing or how they're playing.
I mean, the standard advantage, I would say, of playing decks like this that are kind of well-known is that it's not – nobody's doing anything shocking, and you've probably looked at this matchup and have a pretty good idea what's going on. Chat asking if the top cut is 75 minutes. Ordinarily, it would be. The judges announced at the top of the day they were going to keep the top cut to 55 minutes to try and get people out of here before it becomes midnight. We started almost an hour late. The first-round pairings had to get dumped and redone for a variety of reasons, so it's been a day. And here we are at 8:30 at night, finally kicking off the top 8.
We'll go 1.
Trey just looked at his watch and went, wait, what? It's what time? Flip out Sabine.
Tap her down.
And No Good to Me Dead says, I think you should take a nap for a little while.
Surprised he didn't wait and see if the Darksaber was coming out. Get him to waste.
That's
some
possible, because he could still put the Darksaber on a different unit. He's going to go Daring Raid here on the P38.
Well, I guess he couldn't Darksaber because he spent.
He had the
4.
resources.
He did have 4.
And we know he's got not only 2 Darksabers, but 2 General Blades. Two blades in that deck.
So if he waits, if he say attacks with that 3/2 there, and then he plays like a General's Blade or a Darksaber.
I'm seeing 3 spinning something. Could be the blade. It is.
Yep.
He's going to put
See,
the blade on
he
the
almost
fleet.
certainly would have put that on.
Yeah,
You just daring raided?
on the fleet,
Right.
Lieutenant.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's taking actions out of order here. He played the Daring Raid. Jackson gets an action.
It's an interesting balance at this point in the day of we've all been here for 97 hours doing this, but this is where it matters.
You should try playing 9 rounds of Swiss, my bud. Oh, man.
No. I don't want to.
We'll hit you for 1.
That is a thing.
And no card draw, so he's got a 2.
Okay, there. Now we'll see the General's Blade. There it is.
Darn. That was a miss.
On to the fleet, Lieutenant.
Are you okay if I take that back? Before you General's Bladed? Instead of swinging, I wanted to Vader Power or play an event. Is that okay if we rewind 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
Okay.
take back the General's Blade. All I'm doing differently is I'm surprise striking
Okay, he's going to surprise strike with the tie for some extra damage. They're going to let him roll that back for 3 extra damage.
So you'll take 3 more.
Okay, yep.
Thank you. Thanks for being full.
No, you're good. I don't care.
Okay. Then the blade comes out.
All right.
No big deal.
Okay, so now you General's bladed.
Yes.
Yep, so now it's Jackson's action. Does he want to make a tie? TIE Fighter Factory go brr, or do we claim initiative here?
Claim, if that's all right.
Gonna go for the claim.
And I will go ahead and pass.
Okay. Small lead here for Jackson as we head into the 5 resource round. Vader's flip turn still a long way off here. He's got to survive.
Got to get through this one.
Got to get through this round now. It seems unlikely that Gabe's going to be able to slam out 18 damage, but Rebel Assault has been known to make big numbers disappear quickly.
12 damage on base.
What would a Rebel Assault hit for right here? 7, 9, 10? My math
11.
right there?
11. 3, 3, 3, 1, 1.
Yes,
Is it
thank
Rebel
you.
Assault plus
Thank
one on
you.
both of
You're
them?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus 1 to both. You're right. I missed one. 11. So, I mean, that would take a massive chunk out of Jackson's HP. Jackson probably not quite where he would like to be, but now he's going to get the P-38. He's going to clear one. He's going to clear one of these Sabines off the board.
That's doing it the hard way right there.
He is.
One ping at a time.
Yeah, quite literally.
Let's go ahead and 6 to base.
Okay, big hit there out of the Fleet Lieutenant. That is a very angry Fleet Lieutenant with a lightsaber in his hand. Already 18 damage on here for Jackson.
We'll go 1 to base, and then I'm going to tap 2.
Okay, he's going to use the card ability there to pick up a card as he swings in with the
Yes, sir.
Mining Guild tie.
So he's going to need to push 15 in, and I don't see Darth Vader. Darth Vader's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Without the cloned combat squadron,
12.
I'm not sure where he's going to get this damage. Vader's going to help, but it's not going to be. I mean, it's not going to be a massive hit.
He can do 12 next turn with what he's got on the board.
There's another General's Blade. That's going to leave a mark.
Now he's representing lethal
Yeah,
on
100%.
next turn.
Yep. I
So
mean,
Jackson has to do something.
5, 8. And he's a 6, 6.
yep. They both swing for 6 now.
And they both withstand Vader punching him in the face.
And even worse, if Gabe is sitting on a Rebel Assault, Jackson's only going to get 1 action.
Right.
Okay. Jackson claims, Gabe passes. Moving on. Pivotal turn here. Could be the last turn of the game. Vader's coming out party, but a tremendous amount of pressure coming from the right-hand side of your screen there. Sabine doing what she always does. Making life difficult for decks that can't keep up with her.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, Jackson, what you got?
A2
You going to tap another one down?
to no good. This is
Yep, he desperately needed that. That's a great time to find that in his deck.
Still doesn't really win.
Well, but it buys him time, and time is what he needs right now.
He has to do something about the other. He can't kill him this turn. Jackson cannot kill Gabriel this turn.
Okay.
But
We're going to
so
ECL
we
here.
just have a hit for 6, and that's the end of the game.
It's 5. What are we ECLing? We're ECLing into Delphi. Okay, so we're going to swing in.
So when played, I'll ping
Or when, yeah.
the guy for 1.
Okay.
And then when played,
No, you don't have initiative. You can't do that.
So
Hold on a minute. Am I reading this card? Am I remembering this card incorrectly?
20.
Doesn't a Delphi require you to have initiative? Yeah. No, he doesn't have
No,
initiative.
no. If you have initiative, it gets +2.
Thank you. You're
get to
correct.
attack
He
no
does
matter
get to
what.
attack, but he doesn't get the +2. You're right. My apologies.
For
Thank you. The bonus only comes if you have initiative. Okay.
Victor Leader.
All right. Victor Leader starts to make this a little more scary, but it's going to come
It's
too
over.
late, I think.
Gabriel just claims.
Yeah. Gabe just claims here. And I don't think Jackson can push 15 this turn.
No, do your worst, Vader.
Like, he can flip. That's 6, 7, 8. I'm only seeing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 more.
8.
11. He can push 11 by my count.
What do you see? I see the one from all of the dudes.
No. Victor leader. They're all 2s.
Oh, they're all 2s. So, all right, 3 more.
Create 2 tide tokens.
That's 11. That's not quite there.
No, I think he's going to be a few damage shy here. He can't. I mean, yep. There's 2.
6 to base.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Total of 8.
6. It should be 7 actually, I believe.
Okay.
Isn't Vader a 5/5? Yep. Should be 7 to base there.
And then this is 2.
2, so it's
Should be 11 total.
Again.
Yep. Doesn't have it.
So
Okay.
if he waits there, if we rewind and he waits until he plays General's Blade on Sabine to tap her down, that saves 3 health.
7, but doesn't matter. Because it was
And
7.
that keeps him alive. That means he
Yeah.
doesn't take he doesn't take lethal damage on the first action. And Vader can swing in and get the win.
Yeah. Chat pointing out if he takes the P-38 ping and puts it on the Fleet Lieutenant on the ground and then deploys Vader to ground, he can trade with the Fleet Lieutenant.
But you're not going to win that. You're
I
not
mean,
gonna
you're
come back.
ultimately. I'm not saying it's amazing, but I mean, it might buy you another action round, maybe.
I thought about that, but I think
Yeah.
I think the mistake was when he tapped
I had lethal.
Sabine down immediately, and then let Gabriel put the 3
Yep.
Yeah, I had
damage on the General's Blade on a different guy.
Yeah.
needed to compress the actions.
Yep. All right, Sabine with the early lead here, taking game 1. Do we want to go back and look at deck lists and talk about possible sideboards? I'm actually looking to see if these guys are doing any sideboarding. Gabe is just shuffling. I'm not sure he's going to change anything.
No, they got nothing. Let's roll them
I'm
out there.
wondering. I'm thinking. Nope, Gabe. Okay, now. Okay, there we go.
There
Now,
we go.
now they're shuffling. Now they're coming out the sideboards. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Gabriel's definitely pulling out a number of. Oh, he shuffled his sideboard in. Oh, that's the shark way to do this, where you don't want people to know. How many sideboard.
So then you shuffle it in. You go pull 10 cards out.
Go pull 10 cards.
I mean,
out.
that's a legal thing. All right, well, since we're talking about Gabriel's deck, let's look at his deck one more time. If you're sideboarding in this matchup, Bright Hopes, I think, are a good idea. Yes, no?
Let's see. I like Bright Hope. I might bring in. Am I worried enough about Vader that I want to kill him? Probably. Vader's a kill card, though.
Vader's a very good card. Like I think there's a valid reason you could be considering bringing in the disabling Fang Fighters for sure.
Maybe I bring him in for Wreckers because there's just nothing on the ground for Wrecker to deal with.
That's the thing. A deck like this is not going to fight you on the ground, and Poe can at least be useful.
Poe can throw cards.
But
at
I think
people in
I'm with you.
space,
I think in this matchup, for me, I take the Wreckers out. I definitely put in at least 2 of the Bright Hopes, if not all 3.
maybe K2SO because also he's just never going to die.
I don't know. There's a lot of value in that card. Maybe not. You definitely need some more space units, though. So I mean, I think you almost bring in the Fang Fighters, if nothing else, just because it gives you something else you can fight in space with.
So what are the other? If you're taking out, we need to take out 6 cards here.
Well, I don't want to go through the whole thing. I just want to speculate on kind of what we might be seeing here, right?
Yeah. But I'm looking over here. We got the Fang Fighters and the Bright Hopes that we want to bring in. I don't know. There we go. All right. What about the other one?
What does Vader do here, you think? The Confiscates might be really handy. Keep those stinking blades and dark sabers out of the way.
Yeah.
I think that's
That,
useful.
Waylay.
Yeah. What is the? Are those swoop downs? Yeah,
That's a good one.
That would actually be. I think I might consider bringing those in.
So he has a lot of stuff in his sideboard for this. So
Yeah.
you just kind of pull out things that are. Maybe you pull out the surprise strikes for the swoop downs.
I think you could probably take the Eager E's out. I don't think he's gonna the Eager Escort Fighters. He's not gonna.
Right.
There's not gonna be a lot of space combat. Sabine's not gonna really fight you up there. A little bit, but it's not gonna be. Not going to be useful enough that I think you're going to get a lot of value out of those. Those could probably come out. Trying to think what else maybe. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else. I mean, do you really worry? Or do you really need the Phantoms? You really don't. I mean, they hit like trains, which is nice because if you're going to race Sabine, then you better hit like a train. But maybe you pull the Phantoms out for the.
I don't see anything at 3. Maybe that's what you pull the fighters out for, is the lurking Phantoms.
I could see that.
All right.
Okay. Well, we'll see what these
Phantoms and
two
swoop downs.
gentlemen have settled on. Let's come back
Surprise strikes and
here.
E-wings.
Sideboarding complete, shuffling up here as we head off to game number 2.
Because I was like, you have the board for it. Like,
Oh, for sure.
You just coordinate and put it.
Yeah, I just didn't get it. That is the game we play.
I can tell that I've let the camera stands get too close to the table again.
Getting bumpy.
Well, yeah, when they bump the table, it's close enough. I'm going to go make a quick adjustment because that's going to drive me insane. I'll be right back.
Sure.
This won't take long.
That kid is still playing on the iPad. If you look over Jackson's shoulder, there's a little kid in the background. He has been on his iPad all day. Right in that spot. If you look over Jackson's shoulder there.
You just met him.
Okay.
That was Michael's. Michael's little boy.
Okay, but his attention span is impressive. He's been there all day
He's
on
been
his iPad
super focused.
the whole time.
Super focused. Okay, that should help keep the table from rattling around quite so much. I'll get out there in between. When they're done with this match, I'll get out there and make the tables shifted as well. The mat's slowly slaying. It's like the camera's not centered anymore. Oh, my OCD's tingling. I can't handle it.
So we've got a mulligan and a mulligan.
Okay. I feel like the draw for Jackson is really important. I feel like his hand needs to be
Yeah, it's sideboard.
kind of just crafted the right way into this matchup. I think Gabriel's got a lot more flexibility in what he comes into to kind of make this work, especially now that he's up a game.
Yeah, I think Gabriel's cards you just want a 2-drop. Like,
Yeah.
all your 2-drops are powerful, so you
Yeah.
want a 2-drop and a 3-drop and a 4-drop. Whereas Jackson, if he gets the cards in the right sequence, his is going to go faster.
Right.
But if he doesn't, then he's just got a bunch of 1-power things attacking.
I'm excited to see Corpus represent, though. I need to talk to Jackson before he leaves and make sure he's going to be in Austin next week, or at least find out if he's going to be up there. I hope he is. I was talking to, if you were watching the Denver stream, the Denver regional stream that Ian and I did, you saw Giovanni play his Yoda deck in Denver. He was here today in the field, I think playing Yoda again. And we were chatting earlier about the crowd in Austin next weekend. I think they've only got about 60 or 65 registered at the moment, but he was telling me he expects that to go up this week as apparently some of the Dallas guys are figuring out that, oh, yeah, I guess we could go down to that. Well, yeah, it's not that far. I mean, it's Texas. If you drive for 3 hours, that's like going to lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Resource decisions complete.
Got
Let's see who's got the button. Jackson's got the marker, so he's going to start the game on the button. Here we go. One for a TIE fighter. The classic.
Old TIE LN fighter.
Grand Moff Tarkin approved this play, ladies and gentlemen, straight out of set 1. And backed up with a Republic Y-Wing.
These is government ships.
Sabine Ping.
Bold strategy, just not resourcing after the first 2. Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't think that's likely. He hasn't readied anything yet, Trey. You're getting a
He
little
did ready
excited
his
over there.
ships. He readied
That's
his
fair.
ships.
That's fair.
Just play all
Correct.
2-drops.
That's true. By the strict sequencing rules, that's not okay. But generally, we don't really get too anal about that stuff.
I just thought it was funny. He tapped half of them, or untapped half of
To the
them.
base. Gee, I feel like we've
familiar.
seen this before.
Just a 2-drop and a
Oh,
3-drop.
that is the wrong card. But either way, it's 5 to base.
You're tapped out. You holler.
There we go. I think the Hauler is a really important card for Jackson to find to keep up in this match. Okay. Narrow the gap even further with the Sabine Ping. He's trying to figure out if he wants one more damage or he wants to claim.
Do 1 to base.
Wants the damage.
Well, if he wants one more damage, he's also getting a TIE Fighter.
Because you're 5, right?
No, he's already. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Because if he doesn't, if he want, yeah, he's kind of. If he's going to want to use the TIE Fighter,
Right.
the TIE Fighter factory.
That one instead of 2. So you're right.
Well, hold on. This is turn 2. You should only have 3 on your base, right? Because but you ping twice.
And I pinged twice, yes.
Yes, so we're good.
Yeah, he's pinged twice and plus 3 or 3, so he's got 5 on.
Also, from a magic term from 30 years ago. Ping.
What, ping?
Ping.
I'll claim.
Okay.
Is there a magic turn though? Like, I don't know.
It's not a magic card, but it is a magic term. It's
Okay.
for original magic.
Vader turn.
Original sets of magic.
Gabe takes initiative. TIE Factory goes burr, and should be moving on.
And then we'll go next.
There we go.
Jackson's a very clean technical player. I mean, except for the whole untapping of dudes ahead of time.
Well, but see, this time he did it.
This time he did it
Quote
right,
unquote
but he,
right.
he sets his hand aside. He puts he puts the token on it. He
The
shows every card drawn.
The more time I spend putting players on camera, the more I have just come to vastly appreciate people who are technically clean with the board, the way they manage their board state. Sometimes you see people and there's just stuff flopping everywhere and cards upside down. You're like, and your head wants to explode. Like, what am I even looking at? I don't know. Ah, confused, screaming.
That sounds exactly like the person who has to go run check the camera every time.
You
it
see my
buzzes a
point?
second.
You see my point? You see? You get it. You understand me, sir. All right, Sabine comes out and immediately draws the no good to me dead again.
See, and
Again, feels like we've seen this.
He's going to put the blade or whatever on somebody else.
I bet he's going to. You think he's going to put on the Fleet Lieutenant? Okay, he's going to go Daring Raid into the AT Hauler.
Okay. So either save the AT hauler or hit with it.
He's going to probably ECL the Sabine's tie, I'm guessing. We're going to surprise strike for 7 here. Good call.
Yes.
For the first time, it feels like that pressure. Jackson's actually like, okay, now we're putting pressure on this 25-point base. This can 100% be Sabine's masterpiece, or an A-wing. A-wing. Okay.
But
Now you
the drawback on the AT is not.
Of course, now now Gabriel can literally play it out of
He can't because he
Jackson.
doesn't have the resources.
were like,
Oh, you have to pay for it, don't you? It's
Yeah.
not free. Isn't it free?
Pull it up. I don't think it's free.
I thought it was free.
we'll
Am I crazy?
Oh, my
For
bad.
free, yeah. He just gets to grab it and play it.
that would be
Okay, 3 to base.
1, and then this will go to 3. So I'm at
Should be at 20.
10, right? Yeah. I'm not used to using these tokens.
Everybody says that about my tokens.
2 D10s.
They're so uncommon, I don't understand.
So you just swung. My turn.
I think,
Oh, yeah.
yes, yep.
Just applied damage. We'll go for 1,
1 more,
3.
3 more.
That's easy.
He still gets to. Gabriel still has to play the card, so
So-
we'll see.
Well, Jackson still can take 2 more actions here, right? Gabriel has to remember he can do this. Let's see if he remembers.
Let's go ahead.
This is going to give.
For 2.
Okay, 2 for a Daring Raid.
Oof, all gas, no brakes. So now he can make the TIE Fighter.
This is Sabine, baby. He needs to make the TIE. He needs to continue taking actions until if he can do that long enough, Gabriel might not remember he can pull this off.
Or I might
Is that
just want
16
the,
damage on? Did I miscount?
Yeah, 16 versus 15.
Okay.
I'll recruit the AT hauler.
There. Okay. Okay. So he's gonna pull the AT hauler in. Yep. Make his TIE fighter and claim. Still not Vader's flip turn. That AT hauler risk maybe not paying off here. Let's see how this plays out. 15 damage. Gabriel's got to push here
No brainer.
for, and he's got 10 showing. Because we know
And we need versus 9 on the other
Sabine's
side.
not going to ready, but everybody else is.
Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, versus needing 9 on the other side, of which he has 5 showing.
Yeah.
Capture the safety hauler.
Okay.
Doesn't he get that back if it dies?
At this point, now it will come back to him, yes.
It'll come back to Jackson.
Once you capture it, you break the cycle and it ends up back in Jackson's discard pile. And because it didn't die that round, He doesn't. Yeah, Gabriel can't rescue it. That's the thing. There's that bright hope. He did bring those in. That's not surprising, but that's great timing. Gabe needs that.
He's got nothing. I guess he could attack with the Republic Y-wing.
I would attack with the Y-wing at
just
least.
to make the
so he could make the token. But man, this is gonna hurt. He's gonna take 6 more. We're gonna end this turn probably tied at 9, and it's gonna be up to Vader to try and smash this thing out of the way.
But he can't get rid of the Bright Hope.
Into Bright Hope.
He can't get rid of it right now.
Well, no, but Gabriel doesn't need the tie to stay. I mean, doesn't need the Bright Hope to stay there forever. He just needs the Bright Hope. He just needs it to block long enough to not take the damage.
Correct.
3 to base.
That's got me at 21.
Yep. 9 left on each
That's
opponent.
lethal.
Yep. Each base now. And this Sabine will ready, so Gabe 100% has lethal if he wants it. It's not going to be coming in one action. Well, again, I say that's not going to be coming in one action. Again, that Rebel Assault could be a big deal.
I'll pass.
Okay, Jackson going to go ahead and claim here.
Let's see what he.
9 damage each at the moment, as the board states without knowing what's in anybody's hands. It's going to take Gabe 3 actions to get there, and it's going to take Jackson a lot more.
A swoop down would do some.
Swoop down might be really useful here. He could knock off at least the Marine, like the Marine or the Lieutenant.
But if he uses swoop down, he cannot then kill the Bright Hope without throwing a bunch of TIE fighters into it.
Yep, you're not wrong.
So if he has swoop down, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actions to get Vader to hit.
Yeah, I think the Bright Hope timing here is going to sink Jackson, but he might have a way through it. I'm not seeing. He doesn't look. He doesn't look like he's got a great handle on what he's going to do yet either.
He could also take out the Bright Hope with his shuttle.
The shuttle's only 2-3.
Oh, it's a 6. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got to put 4 more damage into Bright Hope, and it'll take 3 swings to do that.
I see a pump ship. Vader's tie.
Oh, a Victor leader.
Thank you.
That would be really handy right now.
Not
The
really.
problem is he's still not.
Just too much stuff.
Not
going
having
on.
any control of the ground arena is what's sinking him here.
Does he need to deploy Vader to the ground?
I think he's going to have to. I think if he doesn't, he's going to lose.
It's tough. I didn't see the right answer for the Bright Hope. So you're at 16.
If he puts Vader to ground, he can at least take out
Really depends
something,
on
right?
If you have a certain card.
You can at least get one of these
Still
guys
not-
off the board.
Still not great.
No, it's not great.
Because he can deploy Vader to the ground, and then we get an attack into the base. And then Vader kills somebody, and then another attack into the base, and then he's at 3.
Yeah.
3 to base.
Yep. And then Bright Hope hits him for 2, so then he's at 1.
Then he's at 1, which means just even if we were
Yeah.
to somehow kill Sabine
Yeah,
and
I
survive.
don't think he's got a way out here.
Ye old table flip, but
Oh my goodness.
I'll go ahead and take out the fleet lieutenant.
Backfill Marine, 3.
3 more.
I think it's just a kind of a bad matchup for Jackson because it
It
happens.
is. It is a bad matchup, but I mean,
No Pashibi, no Pashibi.
it's interesting to me that he just does not have any.
Leader for 3.
Like there seems to be no ground power at all. Like that to me is the wild thing here about how this deck tends to play out.
We'll go 3 here.
He does get his own AT hauler back. That's rude
3.
Why did the dude die?
Cause. And
because he dealt 3 damage and took 2. Oh, he shouldn't have died.
I don't think it matters.
It's
but,
not going to matter. Yeah, it's not going to matter.
Man, you hit it.
Yeah.
You hit the stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Gabe's got this one. He's going on to the top 4.
For sure. It was fun though.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a good match, but Sabine carries the day here in the top 8 in Houston.
Good game.
Our only Vader in the top 8 going home, but that's okay. I'm just glad. Like I said, I'll say it. I said it before. I'll say it again. I'm really glad that.
Yeah, Sabine was a matchup I was kind of
A great. I'm glad to see a Corpus Christi player up here doing well. I wish we could get more people playing the game down there. It's frustrating sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
combat, and really the only challenge.
All right, let's come back. Let's come back here for just a moment. Now, one of the things that we didn't do, Trey,
What's that?
is that I've got this beautiful.